I
Well,
too would be in the APC.
Okay.
I would say kind of like sober up just a little bit from getting that injection of drugs, and I would just be like, yeah, let's blow the door and go find a Cheyenne, a dropship. I don't care. Let's just get out of here.
Captain will
Here,
look
how?
just nodding.
One thing, as you guys are talking, one thing that you guys would see very easily is these two massive, they almost look like poles, but they're cables. They kind of come out of the center of Fort Nebraska and go up into the sky and disappear into the atmosphere. If you guys remember from the beginning of this, there is a elevator that goes from Fort Nebraska all the way to a station that orbits above Arearchus. So you guys, your characters would all know of that in Fort Nebraska.
I've seen what
We
happens.
need the door open, so I'm going to look at the tank and, Captain, if you'd please.
Right
I believe
on!
you said you have the key.
Oh, yeah. Lock and loaded, boys!
Let's get the hell in the APC.
You hear them kind of getting... when you're getting into the APC, Chaplain, you start to hear a sound. It sounds like a vehicle of some sort. And coming around a bend off the corner of Fort Nebraska, you notice a familiar face. In a, like, ATV, kind of UTV, kind of, like, glorified golf cart type thing that comes, like, zinging around. You see Miss Eckford. And she's driving with haste towards you guys.
Suppose I'll stand outside then, waiting.
Okay. What's Gunnery Sergeant Mason doing currently? Are you still in the APC?
I'm heading into the APC. Yeah.
APC, yeah? Okay, got it. But yeah, so you guys all kind of hear this sound of this ATV approaching. The other Marines kind of stop what they're doing and just are looking in the direction as well as Miss Eckford pulls up. And she pulls like right up, kind of skids the ATV to a halt in the icy, snowy surface of the ground. And then almost before the thing is even completely stopped, like takes her leg and kind of throws it over and just walks off of it towards your direction, like with haste, but not really looking at you, Chaplain, kind of almost like walking by. And she's got a shoulder strap and this gun kind of off the side of her shoulder, and she's just kind of like holding it. She's not like, it's like she's just kind of putting it back on, getting it ready to go. Walks with haste and says to you, well, you're not going to be much good without me. She kind of just swiftly kind of walks by you and almost like starts walking like she's going to be walking towards the main gate.
Excuse me, Miss Eckford, you should probably step back. The captain here is about to open the door for us.
She stops, turns around on her heels, and looks at you straight in the eye, Chaplain. It says, no need for that. I've got the key.
Good. Whatever gets us out of here, I don't care. As long as if she helps us get out of here, that's all I want. As long as we get out of here, get to that elevator, get to a Cheyenne, get to whatever we need to get to, and let's just get out of here.
Dude, I'm totally with you.
Hammer like chimes in. He's like, yeah, me too.
Captain's going to comms to just the team and be like, hey, please follow behind us in the vehicle. I'm going to walk with Miss Eckford to ensure everything goes smoothly.
Okay.
Roger.
Then just going to sort of catch up with her and start walking in front, trusting that Iona's going to have her right behind us.
Yep.
She's kind of like walking. She's just looking ahead towards the gate, and just starts talking forward. She's talking to you, Chaplain, but talking more forward as she's walking. And she's just like, all of my companions are dead. I need your help. How about we
And how
strike?
can we be of assistance?
Well, I think we can. I think we can work together on this. See, I have a key that unlocks every door that we need to unlock. I can get you where you need to go.
And what do you need from us?
I need to get my cash and my stash.
And given you are coming to the base, I am assuming it is somewhere within Fort Nebraska.
Sub-level 3. Listen, I can throw in some other things too. I've got X-Stims, I can even offer you a good corporate security job. How would you like it when you get off this place? You know, you don't have to deal with stuff like this anymore. I bet you all your Marine friends would love to just have a good chance to just sit behind a desk. Comfortable salary.
Jacqueline sort of looks down a little bit as they're walking, and without even thinking, just sort of nods at the back of her head as she's still walking in front.
Okay.
I believe that we should be able to come to an agreement with this, so long as there is no danger to any of my compatriots in this little jaunt down to sub-level 3.
I think we're a lot better together than we are apart. And at about this time is when she's kind of like approaching the gate, and you can see her get this like key card out. And there's a panel beside where the main gate is, and she basically just takes that key card and kind of runs it through, and you hear you can see that everything is kind of like dormant. It's almost like everything is on standby mode, but everything is locked down. So she swipes this key card, and you see it flash green, and the main gate of the fort starts to open slowly.
Once we are within, will you be able to seal the gate behind us?
I can, yes.
Gonna get back on the comms to everyone and tell Iona to follow in, and tell Captain in the tank to pull in as well.
Okay.
Assuming that the captain wants a way off this rock too. I'm assuming we're all of the same
yeah.
mind at this point.
I think what the plan for them is going to be, because there's actually like 6 of them in that tank, is they'll probably bring the tank into the main part of the base and then kind of chill and wait for you guys outside. I think that's what I'm planning on doing with those NPCs, so that way I'm not running 12 extra people. And if you guys desperately need them, you can always go back outside and get a couple to come inside with you.
Was that some prophetic foreshadowing?
I think so.
Not at all, my friends, not at all.
I call 2 of them.
You call 2 of them, yeah. Yeah, so you have a squad of Marines that will be outside available, using the tank to guard in the process. So
I would turn the hammer and hit him on the chest and be like, no fireworks, but at least we're finally getting in. Oh, man. Starting to feel a little bit better. Thank you for that. Man, that chili you made really gave me bad heartburn, and those drugs just really just calm things down, and just, next time I'm making it, because you put way too much of that hot sauce in there. I don't know where you make that. Was that from the ship or something? Oof.
Oh, that hot
Dude,
sauce.
chili?
That hot sauce was old.
Dang it, I told you to get the new stuff. We had credits for them.
All right, look.
I was
look,
invited.
I'm kind of. He kind of whispers this to you, Dante, but it's kind of out of stuff. So if we get in here and find a place, I need to stock up.
I got you. You help me out. now I'm chill, I'll help you out. I got your back, buddy.
See, that's why I know I can always trust you, Dante. He like smacks you on the shoulder a couple times.
Fist bump.
Fist bump, yeah. So you guys head in to Nebraska, and you basically drive across what seems to be like a large opening area. And then you approach where, when you first left Nebraska, there was like an open ramp that kind of led to sub-levels where you guys got loaded your supplies. That ramp is closed currently. But you can see like the first and second like main levels of the fort. Damage everywhere. You guys can see like ships that have fallen out of the sky and like bounced off of parts of the fort and crushed different areas of the fort, laying everywhere strewn about inside the main walls. Those massive rail guns that were shooting up into the atmosphere are just kind of sitting there, and looks like they're just hissing and smoking. Just, you can see like smoke kind of pouring out of different areas of the fort. This place has been just mangled and messed up from all the conflict over the UPP attack, plus whatever else had happened in that EMP burst, all this stuff. And you approach, and it does not seem like that access down is not available currently.
Which way is it to that elevator? That's where we need to be heading, right?
Miss Eckford kind of chimes in and says, well, normally it loads in some of the upper levels. I'm not sure if it will still be there, but we can check.
And will that lift take us to where you need to go as well?
Well, not the elevator, but there are access points inside the fort that we can get to where we need to go. I know of a restricted access that I have the key card for. It's on level 2.
As long as we're heading up, I'm good with it.
One thing I must mention. In order to get that elevator to move, we're going to have to restore power to this station.
Oh, one thing after another.
She smiles. It always gets better, doesn't it?
Not with my luck, right, Hammer?
He's like, yeah. This has been pretty crazy.
We know where the generators are?
Would you know what?
Where the generators are to restore power?
Well, Chaplain, you would probably know that the whole Fort Nebraska runs off of a system called the Apollo system, which basically is the brains of Fort Nebraska. And the whole colony is on basically a fusion reactor. So you're not sure what you would need to do, but you would need to probably figure out, like, reboot the computer system, but also figure out, like, if there's any damage or something wrong with the fusion reactor as well. So basically this is like, you know, it's all nuclear. So
Right.
Good thing you got the robot with you.
go ahead and say again. It was robot-y for me. I'm sorry.
Is there a map for the fort?
Yes. Yes. Actually, what I will do is I'm actually going to take you guys over to a map. And what I'll do too, I'll go ahead and share. I think I can share these. No, I can't. Because they have text underneath them. They're not handouts. Let's do this. I'm just going to pull you guys over to the new map. It's probably going to have you guys like blacked out at first, but let me see if I can fix it for you.
Oh, wait, I can.
Everything.
You can see everything?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, sweet. Hopefully you can't see too much. You don't see any nasty things on there, do you? Like things that would want to like eat your brain?
Yeah, I do see Private Dante.
That's gets eaten, not eats things.
Sorry.
So good. Okay, so yeah. So you guys can see all this. That is weird because I have it on when I go to my lighting, it says that you can't see all that. But anyway, you guys would know Fort Nebraska. I mean, you've been here. The only thing that you would probably not, well, yep, you don't have any access to yeah, see, on your knowledge, by your knowledge, sublevel 3 doesn't exist. So basically, you guys don't see any like sublevel 3. But if you guys see a North Bastion level 1 is basically the first floor. It's like where you guys are looking at right now.
Okay.
Yeah, that if you shift ping down here where you guys are kind of standing in front of it, that's the first floor. And then up above it, you'll see the second floor, North Bastion level 2. And then there's also 2 sublevels. The first sublevel is like staging for like Cheyenne drop ships and stuff. And sublevel 2 is kind of like ammo depot. That's where the fusion tower is for the react, that's in the main reactor. All those kind of things there. You guys would know that the computer access mainframe is on North Bastion level 2. Basically at the northernmost point of that level.
A chaplain would have an idea that that's where I've got to go to figure out how to start getting this thing back up and running.
Chaplain would probably assume that, yes.
Okay. And then chaplain's going to look around at everyone and just say, "Oh, we're going to need to go to level 2 anyway to assess the Apollo system and see what we need to do to get power restored, so might as well begin."
Safety in numbers, I guess.
Please ensure you take all necessary equipment out of the vehicle with you. We do not know what we will be running into in here.
Hammer is collecting everything he carries.
That one specifically looks at Mason. And yes, I am referring to the incinerator.
Hammer smiles and like shoulders gives Mason a little elbow bump. Do you hear that? Bring the flames.
You got him.
Iona, you coming?
rough.
I guess. Gotta do it right. Yeah, sure.
Chaplain's going to turn and look at Iona. Sergeant, if you would rather remain with the vehicle and not be here if we all manage to get off the rock, that I will leave that choice to you, but I was under the impression we were all staying together and attempting to flee.
Yeah, let's do that. Mhm.
All right, so you guys can see that there are multiple entrances down here. There is, you can see on the, if you zoom in on your map there, and I'm going to take Twitch to the map so they can kind of see what's going on as well. When you guys zoom in on your map, right where your character tokens are, there are 2 entrances like below. There's an east lobby and a west lobby. There's also, like, if you go around the sides, there's this east wing entrance and a west wing kind of entrance over there. Well, actually, the east wing and west wing over there, see how it kind of like the map just kind of ends? That's because those parts have been destroyed.
Ew.
Yeah. Like bombs and things and ships that came down just basically destroyed kind of the east and west side of this, where the bastions would be. So basically you have a choice between east and west to enter this first floor.
Let's go west. West is closer to the armory. We can grab more stuff, whatever else we need. And oh, by the way, can you patch me up real quick? I still have 1 health point missing. Could you patch me up there, Chappie?
Sure, I would be happy to assist. Chaplain's gonna come over and help him out.
Okay. Yeah, if you're using a med pack, I believe a med kit, you get a +2 modification to your medical aid on this roll.
Ooh.
And look at that. Some successes on there. So you only have 1 health that you were missing?
Yep, just one.
All right, so you kind of uses some
Yeah, it's a no stunts for it, so.
yeah, I think the stunts are if somebody's broken, you know.
Yeah, either
Yeah.
a person whose health is dropped to 0 is broken, or saving the life of a fallen character who's suffered a critical injury.
Yeah.
And then I'm definitely going to want to hit the armory to get new armor so I can re-up my armor points that I lost.
Okay.
Hopefully.
There's something there. Oh yeah, that's right. Some of your armor got dissolved by alien acid. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you guys are wanting to go west.
Up and just sort of pass it over and say, I understand the pain. I remember my face melting off.
Do you even feel pain? Just kind of like looks at him weird and just kind of walks back to Hammer.
Hammer shrugs. Maybe it's a different kind of pain. I don't know. That's weird.
I don't know. Maybe I was trying to be funny. Didn't know androids could be, I guess.
Yeah.
Everybody's confused. So you guys are approaching the west lobby entrance. Who's going first?
And I do want to point out that everyone knows Chaplain is has that AK-40-47 slung over his back, and is somewhat uncomfortably carrying the bolt gun.
Got it. Eckford kind of looks at all of you. Well, not all of you volunteer at once.
I'm not going first again. I've done it one too many times. I'm sitting in the back.
Chaplain just walks in.
Chaplain walks in? Okay. Immediately upon walking in, you can see that along the walls in the ceiling of this western lobby, this large room is covered in what looks like sculpted secretions. And you can see as you're looking down within there are some people stuck to the walls. It looks as if like their legs have been kind of like covered over with some type of resin and they're stuck onto the wall, but the upper half of their upper torso is kind of let out. I mean, they're still covered in like this slime, but they're looks like locked in from like their waist down. And they're just kind of motionless there. Looks like about 7 or 8 people on the on each wall.
Dude, that's not cool.
Hammer, am I really seeing this, or is this whatever was in that vial?
No, I'm seeing it too, Dante. This is messed up.
Does this look at all like the goo that was on the ceiling of the marshals?
The goo that's like on the people, like the secreted kind of like, it's almost like a mucusy type thing. Yeah, it looks kind of similar. Yeah.
Chaplain's going to look back over specifically towards Mason. Mason, this is reminding me of the marshal's office, that slime that was dripping on Captain.
Yeah, it's definitely the crap. I wouldn't touch it, and unless we can toast the whole place. If anybody's alive, I say we toast them. Are they all dead?
I know you have to take a closer look, Mason.
Mason, please have your.
I love that. He's just like, ah.
I walk as close as I can, and I'm very careful to look, and I'm scared of anything jumping out, and so. But I will walk up and I'll poke them with my the flamethrower to see if they move.
Okay. The first couple you approach, it looks as if they are breathing, but it's very slow. And even poking them with the flamethrower doesn't wake them. They're just kind of sitting there, breathing very slowly, seemingly unconscious.
All right. So, looking at the room that we're in, would I determine how flammable this room is?
Well, the people will definitely catch flame. You're not really sure about the coating of the liquid that's on the. It may not. You're not sure if it's flammable or not. I mean, you've burned it before, but you like torched it, like you were like holding the trigger down and just last time. So,
yeah, Let's torch them. Let's torch them all. I don't think there's any other humanitarian thing to do than to take them out of their misery.
Okay, so you start igniting these people. And the first two, once you start like igniting them in flame, you do hear them like wake up and scream out. And then as they're burning, they just slowly die. And then you move to a third, and you see there's this one is definitely dead. There's a massive hole in his chest.
All right, I'll move on to the next.
You move on to the next, and before you can even pull the trigger, you recognize this person. They're missing an arm. And you notice beside, resined into the wall, is an old military sword. It's Major Hatfield. Still breathing slowly, but unconscious.
So the third one had a chest burster in it.
Yeah, from what you can tell, yeah, it burst out of his chest. Yep.
Okay, I'm going to torch him.
Torch him? Okay. Mason ignites Major Hatfield as well. Screams out in terrible pain in the process, and then drifts off into the eternal sleep.
Is going to go back to the first two after seeing the hole in the chest of the third. Takes the bolt gun out, gonna put it literally like point blank right to the sternum, and just pull the trigger.
Just making sure, right?
If there's something in there that Inge didn't get it. Chaplain doesn't feel great, but he's not feeling horrible about shooting a dead body.
So, yeah, you just walk up there, bolt gun through the chest. I mean, you can hear like this weird like squeal as you do that on each one. But you can see also like these are like the charred remains of a person who's just been torched by an incinerator unit. And Mason is just kind of like moving down the line. Mason, the next one next to Major Hatfield, who is now just a charred corpse basically hanging on the wall. The next one also has a hole already burst open. Keep moving. The next one, you move over and see a name tag. It's like it says Private Jameson on it, and as soon as you go over, like his eyes like bolt open, and he like grabs at you, and he's like, "Get me down, get me out of here! Please, can you save me? Can you save me?" And he's just like grabbing you and like pulling on your armor.
Oh, he can grab me? No. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Blessings. Bang.
Okay. Now, here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, since this guy's conscious and, like, pleading with you, I'm going to have you make an empathy roll for this one. Okay? The other ones were kind of like, yeah, I can tell that this would probably be a mercy thing, so I'm going to take care of this. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult because of the pleading.
Meanwhile, Chaplin shoots the corpse of Hatfield in the sternum.
Okay.
I would say while this is going on, I'm gonna look nervously around and just be like, "Come on, Zim, Iona, Hammer, let's move ahead and get closer to the armory so we can restock." And just kind of tries to walk past quickly, and then I kind of slow down and go grab Zim, and I go, "Here, you lead the way. You have the better equipment. I have an RPG, so I need to be back a little bit further, right?"
That sounds like a most excellent idea.
Hammer's like, I can take point 2, and he gets his smart gun ready and gets it all hooked up and ready to go.
All right, Hammer, you can lead the way. Let's move a little bit faster through this area.
You got
I
it.
just
This
kinda
place
look
gives me the
around.
creeps.
Yeah,
Man,
definitely.
it sucks about Hatfield.
For sure. We let's just move closer to let's just try and get to the armory so I can get new armor and look around for more gear, because I dropped my cutting torch in the APC, and maybe I can find something else in there to replace it.
Yeah, there's got to be something here. Mason, you failed that empathy roll, but I cannot remember for the life of me if it's fail, you have to fail it, or if you have to succeed on it. I think it's you fail it, right? Does that make sense?
Yes, absolutely. I think that's correct.
We're gonna roll it that way right now because for some reason I cannot find it in the rule book. I guess I could search coup de grace.
Oh wait, no, that's permanent mental trauma. Never mind.
It'd be under coup de grace. That would be the rule that we need.
I'm sorry, I don't have my books with me, so I'll let you.
I'm trying to use my PDF to see if I can search it and find it, but having a difficult time finding where it is.
Page 65 in the small book. Coup de grace, broken character is defenseless. If it's a human being and you want to kill your target outright, you must fail an empathy
roll. That's it. Yep.
Without a stress dice.
There you go. Yep. So yeah,
whether or not you succeed, you increase your stress level by 1.
Oh yeah, there you go, Mason. You got to increase your stress by 1. But yeah, Mason, you kind of shrug this guy off and then pull the trigger and ignite him, and he just screams out in pain. But after that, his screams quickly kind of dull out as the flames kind of consume him, and all you can hear is like your incinerator unit basically just going nuts.
Do you have merciless talent?
No.
Okay. Then that's it.
All right, cool.
Bonk.
And bolt gun. So you guys are going to do that to pretty much everybody that's hanging in here, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so yeah, you guys kind of go around. The rest of them are kind of unconscious, so I'm not going to make you roll empathy for those. It's like you're being empathetic by putting them out of their misery, I think anyway. Just maybe, just stopping this from happening to them. And you go through that, and you basically go through that whole lobby and clean that area up. Hammer kind of leads the door. The door, as you guys move up to it, is locked. But Eckford kind of steps up, grabs her key card, and kind of slides it through, and the door slides open. And leads off into the hall that leads down, kind of angles to the left there, and then has a sharp right at the end of that hallway, leading you all the way down to the armory, past those offices and things that are on the in the hallway there.
So once we get to the armory, I'd be like, oh, great, the armory, and just kind of like immediately rush in and just throw off my armor and just look for another set to throw on, and then I would look for a new cutting torch as well.
Okay, you got it. So you're heading to the armory. Hammer goes with you. Once again, the door to the armory is locked, but you guys have Eckfert with you, and she just like slides the key card again. It seems like her key card opens it's like an all access card, and it's opening all these doorways in here. When you get into the armory, you guys notice that the walls of the armory are also covered in kind of like a hard resin. But you can see there's, in the far end of the armory, there's what looks to be like an open glass area that would be like glass doors. They're covered with kind of like a clear resin that's been like smeared on top of them. But there's a row of what looks like hazmat suits in the back of the armory. There are like on the sides, there's guns, there's ammunition, anything you could need, but they're coated over with resin. Like you can't just like reach up and grab one. You'd have to kind of like carve or chip away or break some free from the resin that's on here.
Hammer, Zim, either of you got a cutting torch, and we can cut through some of these things, so that way we can get what we need and move on, so we can either find the ship or find that escalator, whatever. We just need to move on a little bit faster. So
Zim responds, "Nope, no torch on me." Hammer's looking.
Nope.
Hammer doesn't have a torch either.
All together, or are they the only ones up there?
I would say you guys are just kind of finishing up in the lobby. So I would say you guys got a couple minutes before you and Mason get back with the rest of the group.
You know, if Dante would have paid enough attention to Chaplain equipping up, but Chaplain does have a cutting torch.
At this point, I would just get frustrated, and I would take the back of my pulse rifle and just start slamming it against, just like the butt of it, and just slamming it into whatever gear I need. I'm just looking around, like, point out what you need. I'm just going to smash it, and I'll get a new gun after this thing's mangled.
All right. So you just start, just smashing. What is it that you're looking... What weapon in particular are you looking at in this armory?
So I would be looking for new armor. Right now I'm a 4 rating. It could go up to a 6. I'd be looking for a new cutting torch.
Okay.
And then I would probably look for either a pulse rifle or an incinerator, since they're both the same weight.
Okay. Here's what I'll do. It takes a turn of work to get one item free. A turn is about 10 minutes in this game. So to get all 3, it would take you a half an hour. And multiples like that, using your gun to break it free, I would say would probably destroy your gun to get all 3 of those free.
So I would definitely do the armor.
Okay.
Are there any medical supplies?
Or if you freed the cutting torch first, you could use the cutting torch then to get all the other supplies free.
That sounds like a very good idea. I think I would do the cutting torches first. So that way everyone can grab one, and then we can just burn them and use them as we need to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this resin is hard. You start smashing into it, and it's... you're surprised. You thought it'd be like glass and shatter and break free, but it doesn't. It kind of dents in a few times at first, and then starts breaking out in chunks as you're just slamming onto it. Hearing this loud noise down the hallway, Chaplain and Mason, what do you guys do? You're hearing boom, boom, boom coming from the armory down there.
And I would just be a lot of cussing at it while I'm doing it.
You got it.
Mason. It sounds like they may be in need of assistance.
I want to make sure we finish all the corpses before we move along.
Yeah. You guys have.
That's all.
Yeah, you guys have put them all to rest. Mm-hmm.
Then let's move on.
Whatever Dante's gotten into a fight with, it appears to be too much for him to handle.
So I will say that upon hearing that noise, you guys approach the rest of the group in the armory. As Dante is mid smashing on the wall, this resin breaking out chunks with the. You can see that there's a cutting torch behind in a rack, embedded in resin.
Turning the corner, bolt gun at the ready, expecting hideous creatures to be in there and World War III.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Yep. Chaplain coming around the corner, bolt gun ready. Nope, just Dante hitting the wall.
Why won't you come free?
Alvin's just gonna walk over beside him, not even say anything, just take out the cutting torch and just start cutting.
Oh.
I would just turn. Couldn't have gotten here sooner.
I would have been happy to if you would have been the one dealing with the creatures within the chests of the bodies.
And I just kind of like look at him a little bit nervously and just, whatever, just get the torch.
So, got a torch out.
All right. What I need you to do, Chaplain, I need you to make a roll for me. I would like you to make a heavy machinery roll with a -2 modification.
Okay.
Oh, look at that!
I have a feel we're going to be doing this, so I'm going to say I'm going to use one of those stunts to not have to roll for this challenge again.
There you go. Sure. So, with ease, Chaplain frees this cutting torch and just is holding it.
Just toss it right over to Dante.
Toss it to Dante. You got it? So,
Finally.
yeah. It did take a few minutes, but it's definitely freed up. And so you're using one stunt to do that again. What are you using the other stunt for? You could do that twice if you wanted to. You can double up on that stunt.
Are there enough cutting torches for me to do it 2 more times and pull 2 more of them out?
Sure, yeah. If you needed 2 more cutting torches, you could. Or you could go get different items, your choice.
If we pull out 2 more cutting torches, if people want them. So Chaplain will just go through, basically just make a bigger square and pull out 3 of them, toss 1 to Dante, and look at the rest. Is there anyone else who is in need of getting equipment out from here? I have 2 additional torches.
I mean, I feel like if there's resin everywhere, maybe like we could all use one.
Plus 1 of the extras to Iona.
All right.
Okay.
Iona, you
One
can
more
mark
basic-
down that you have a cutting torch as well.
How do I do that, by the way?
I think it counts as like a weapon. So
Okay.
if you go down to the bottom of your character sheet, if you have like those blank spots where weapons go, you click on one of those spots and then you can type in cutting torch. What's the details on the cutting torch, Chaplain?
Cutting torch has a bonus of 0, 3 damage, a range of engaged, armor piercing, and power supply 5.
And
Oh
a
yeah,
weight
so
of-
you do need to make a power supply roll for all 3 of those. Because you used 1 of your action plus 2 of the automatic, like to do it again and not have to roll, but that still does count as a power roll.
Okay.
So you'd
There
have to
we
make
go.
3. So you got to drop it down 1 and then roll again. Oh,
Ooh,
drop it down 2 more and then roll again.
I'm offering this 3rd torch.
You might be keeping it. Oh, so you still got 2 power left on it.
Yeah, Chaplain's going to hold on to that other cutting torch.
Okay. You got it.
And those start with 5 power, right?
I believe so, yes. If they don't, we'll say that these ones are full. So yeah, they would have 5.
Okay. Crap. Okay. So give me a second. I'm going to put my power back to 5 for the moment. Because I have the motion tracker too, which has power.
Yeah, you'll have to make like a note of them next to each one, so that way you.
Yeah.
That's the only
Do it
thing. The
now.
character sheet doesn't give you multiple for the power section.
Yeah. Okay. So that one is power 2. Okay.
Miss Eckford kind of comes into the room as you guys are. She's kind of been waiting for you guys out in the hallway. She's like, "You guys have made an awful lot of noise. You almost done in here?"
Should be in just a moment. Do I see where the armor is?
Yeah.
So I'm going to take my cutting torch and try to cut Dante's armor out.
All right, you got it. Go ahead and I'm just gonna say, go ahead and make a just make a power roll for that.
Might as well keep. We got a couple of new ones. Might as well keep burning the one that's almost out.
There you go. Yep. All right. So it does take a few minutes, but you're able to go ahead. I'm gonna forego the roll on this one because there's really no, like, if you guys are willing to take the time to do it, there's no.
Armor. It's not like I'm doing it to a propane tank.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's no, you're just like slowly carving it out. But yeah, you do free up the armor for Dante. So altogether, you guys have been in here for about 15 minutes, just chilling out here in the armory.
Is everyone satisfied? Are we prepared to move on?
Is my pulse rifle still good?
You got some dents in the back of it a little bit, but other than that, it's yeah, you're sure it's gonna fire just fine.
Then I'm good. I got my cutting torch, and then I just kind of take off the old armor, and then sling on the new one.
Dante just strips down right there in front of everybody. Just starts like getting all suited up.
I was going to say I was trying to relieve stress, but seeing him strip down did not help my stress level.
No, I would say you guys have been in here long enough that, I mean, I know it's a creepy place and everything, and this resin's freaking you guys out, but it would reduce your stress, Mason, so you could take away that stress point that you'd gotten.
Look over at Miss Eckford. Yes, I suppose we are prepared to continue on our way to level 2 in the Apollo mainframe.
Yeah, let's keep going. Trying to see on this map where she's trying to get to lead you guys up.
It says up right there.
Right here.
Oh, that's up to. Okay.
In the lobby, there was also a place.
Oh, okay.
It says to go up, but you guys went back to the armory
to
anyway.
level 2,
so.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we got one that's just a couple of feet away.
Yeah. Looks like there is a kind of like a ladder area that leads you up right there. So Miss Eckford leads you guys to that area. And I'm not sure what that is. It's probably just a ladder access, maybe? That leads up. And you guys, if you want to... Actually, I can grab you guys and move you. Just so you guys can use your tokens to kind of indicate where you are on the map. The tokens aren't going to be like sized correctly, but I'll just take all of you and kind of move you together and show you where this leads up to the second level. Yep, there it is.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to put Miss Eckford like right where it leads up so you guys know where this is coming out at. So it opens up and you guys open up this like area that's kind of contained. It's like a little hatch area, and you open it up and you can see that there's some office doors that were around across from there. Like the walls are still like coated in this resin even here. And Eckford kind of just like looks at all of you and is like, well, the mainframe room is this way. She just starts kind of like walking in that direction. That's a good place. Yep, that's a good place for us to end this episode of Destroyer of Worlds.